Back that way, hit the bottom of the road up back there. Yeah. That's where that mine was I was telling you, up on the hill there. They find a place that it's easy to get into and the top won't fall on them. And that's where they go in. And there's another one right over here. It'd work back, get to all the easy coal, and be a lot of individuals and things like that where before they didn't have to get a permit or anything. They get all the easy coal and then they just quit. I can hear the dozer tracks from here at Ashford strip mine in this direction. And then you hear a shot go off over here, Black Castle, where they're reclaiming. And back this way, Hobet Mining, I've been on that site, I bet you 100 times. That mine has been there 30, 35 years. They've been mountaintop removal job there. And a tree that can grow harvestable in 35, 40 years. And there's no trees up there. There's bushes and shrubs. But there's nothing for it to grow on. It's destroyed. God created everything. And and what he created for us is beautiful. And I've always been amazed at nature. That's why I built my house here, right in the mountain. And we lived just across the hollow here. I was raised here, and we played in the forest all the time. I've always loved nature, and I seen by working at the mines, it's a nasty place. And anytime when you go through the gate, you start to see what it's doing to the earth, the water destroyed, pollution. When I worked construction, I ran a crane, and so we traveled all over the place and all over. I've been on strip mines and deep mines in Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, all around. And it's just, they're a mess. They really are. They make a mess. And it's just, this mountaintop removal, total destruction. I mean, it's just, that piece of land is no good after that. And everything that they dump, all the surrounding areas, it's just terrible.
Was your dad in the Union?
Yes. West Virginia State Police was actually thought of and the law enacted to have the state police here just to control miners. I mean, they were slaves, you know. Mm-hmm. If they don't pay with money, and then you got to spend the script at the company store, you're a slave. I didn't want to work non-union.
Yeah.
Because my dad, he spoke to me and my brothers about that. Simple terms, he said, don't cross a picket line. Uh-huh. Don't take someone else's job. I worked for one company 8.5 years. The first part of it, 4.5 years, was at deep mines. Then I got laid off, and I went back to construction a little bit, and then they said, well, we're starting to strip. I worked there on the strip for 4 years and laid off twice while I was on the strip. And when I got laid off the last time, I went down to nothing and lost everything. Had an old beat up car. Actually, the transmission had a crack in it, and any time if it broke, my car would have I'd been dead in the middle of the road. But and I lived in my grandpa's old shanty, and for 12 and a half years. It's a boom and bust. It always has been.
Yeah.
And this is right now it's not much different than it has been in the past. The coal companies, they keep people under pressure all the time. Production, they scream about production. We got to get more tonnage this month. They say they're gonna shut this mine's down if we don't get more tonnage.
Oh yeah.
But they got extreme right now. The guys I go to church with, he said, one of the guys, he says, he's about 35, young and strong. He says, I'm overwhelmed. I'm just stressed out all the time. He says, they keep us under so much pressure here in the mines that I just pray for us. It's not a clean job. It's hard on your health.
Yeah.
And I mean, every time they put a shot off on the strip mines,
Yeah.
I've never had any headaches. I mean, never had any problem with headaches. But right, I almost always have a headache after they put the shot off.
Yeah.
In the strip mines.
So your dad had black lung.
Yes.
And how long was he in the mines?
Well, he retired probably 62, and he was probably 16 or 17 when he started.
Wow.
So,
wow.
And the last shift he worked, we knew what time he came home from work. And my brothers and I were out in the yard, and we heard him call. He said, boys, come down here. We walked down the hill, and he said, you're going to have to help me. So one of us got under each arm and helped him up the driveway to the house. And he said, I can't work anymore. That's the best I can do. That's all I can do. And he the last 3 years, he fought for every breath he could get.